guys. So I've had a couple of you have some questions on multiplying and dividing your exponents. So I wanted to hop on here and give you another way to think about it that might be more helpful than flipping it. So I know in the notes I talked about this minus this for your dividing of exponents will be sometimes a negative number, and if that happens, you just flip it and you send it to the other side. Well, I'm going to show you a different way that I think is going to be more helpful. Shout out to Miss Colclough because she explained it this way, and I was like, I think that's better. So here's my little whiteboard. We're just going to use this to give you an example. So I'm going to write here's my example. So we have 2x to the fourth, y to the third, divided by x to the third, y to the fifth. So in this example, in our notes, we did 4 minus 3 equals something. 3 minus 5 equals something. And originally I told y'all, okay, so look at your numbers. 2 divided by, there's always an imaginary 1. 2 divided by 1 is just 2, right? 4 minus 3 is 1, so we just have x. And 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And I had told y'all we don't do negative exponents. So if it's negative, you have to flip it to the bottom. So underneath this is the other half of this fraction. It's where your imaginary 1 is, right? Well, we don't want this here. We have to flip it to the other side. So it would have to come down here, right? And that's how your notes explained it. But everyone seemed to have a problem with that explanation, and that's okay. Sometimes that doesn't work. So here's a different way to think about it. Wherever there is more, that is where the answer goes. So divide your numbers and simplify it as best you can. 2 divided by 1 is just 2. Okay, now let's look. With our x's, there's more up top, so our x are going to go up top, and there's one more up top, so it's going to go up here. And if we look at our y's, there's more on the bottom, so our y's are going to go on the bottom. How many more are on the bottom? 2 more. And that's how you would do that. Let me give you one more example. Okay. So you have x to the fifth, y to the third, divided by 6x to the third, y to the eighth. So in this example, let's look at our numbers first. This is where some of y'all get confused. But what is my imaginary numerator? You guys can't just write 6. This isn't 6. That 6 is on the bottom. There has to be something above it holding it there. And if you can't see a number, what is it? It's always our imaginary 1. So we can put our imaginary 1 right here to help us. So when we come over and write down our numbered part, it's 1/6. Right, 1/6. Now let's look at our letters. If we look at x's, we have 5 minus 3. There's more up top, so our x's go up top. How many more are up top? 2. Let's look at our y's. 3 and 8. So normally that would be 3 minus 8, which is negative 5, and we would flip it. But look, where's there more? Down here. How many more? 5. So the y goes down here. Okay, so this would be x squared divided by 6y to the fifth. One more for safe measure. Hopefully this is helping. So this is just for the dividing. Dividing exponents seem to be harder. When you multiply exponents, all you have to do is add them. That's it, and I'll show you that in a second. One more. Okay, there. X to the second, y to the fourth, z to the third, divided by 2x, y to the seventh, z. Okay, so if I look at just my numbers, what do I bring over? I can't just say 2. This isn't 2 as a whole number. This 2 is on the bottom. What's holding it down there? An imaginary 1. So this is 1/2. That looks like a z. 1/2. Now let's do our x's. Where's there more? Up top. How many more? 1 more. Let's look at our y's. Where is there more? On the bottom. How many more? What's the difference in 4 and 7? 3. And what about our z's? There's 3 up top and 1 on the bottom. So there's more up top. How many more? 2. Z squared. That would be your answer. So that's just a quick little tool to help you, or trick I should say, to help you figure out where do these letters and exponents and numbers go. Now when you're multiplying exponents, let's say we have let's say we're multiplying, right? You multiply coefficients and then you add the exponents, and that's it. So when I multiply this 2 to my number over here, some of you are like, what coefficient? I don't see anything there. What is the coefficient if you can't see it? It's our imaginary 1. So 2 times 1 is just 2. Now we just add exponents. So if I have 2x's here and 2x's here, I have 4. If I have 3y's here and 3y's here, I have 6. So all you do is multiply your coefficients, add your exponents. If you have some where there's nothing to add to, just rewrite it. So, this. Multiply your coefficients. What is 2 times negative 2? Negative 4. Remember, if the signs are not the same, it's not good. That's negative. If the signs are the same, that's good. That's positive. But these are not the same sign, so we have to keep it negative. Now, let's combine our exponents. So this x has an imaginary 1, and this x has 3. What's 1 plus 3? 4. Some of y'all I saw you were making this x plus this 2x to the third. That's not right. This is an x 1 time, and this is an x 3 times. So you have to represent that by saying x 4 times. 2x means 2 times a number. It doesn't mean x twice. The exponent means that letter that many times. So it's very important that you're adding the exponents. You're not adding how many x's or y's you see. You're adding the exponents together. And then for y, I have 3 over here and I don't have another y. That's okay. Just write it here. Y to the third. If there's nothing to combine it with, you just bring it down. You can't forget about it. You can't leave it. You have to bring it. So multiplying with exponents is actually easier. It's actually just adding. You just multiply those first numbers. And again, if you don't see a number, that's an imaginary 1. Then you just add up your exponents of your matching letters, and that's it. It's the dividing one that's a little bit trickier. So that's my tip for the day. I'm going to add this under the assignment, and hopefully you guys will see this and it will be helpful. But if you still need help, remember, you're always more than welcome to let me know that you need a one-on-one Zoom, and I will help you with a Zoom call. Okay, bye guys.